Welcome to a new episode of The Inside Rip. Today's guest, Zack Harper, NBA senior writer for The Athletic, who talks about some of the biggest names in the game and had some curious observations about these players' card market values. You're going to enjoy this one. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Let's settle this debate. Everyone in the universe is talking about it. Even on the dark side of the moon, shout out to Artemis, right?
Yeah.
Who
The
wins?
second one, not the first one.
Who wins the NBA Finals?
It's
It's not like you've talked
boring.
about this.
It's boring, but the Thunder, right?
Are they gonna They're gonna repeat?
Yeah. Well, so the thing is that Adam Silver has made a league where he's trying to make parity happen, and I'm very much of the opinion parity is for losers. I think it sucks. I think parity sucks. It might work in other sports. That's not how the NBA is built. The NBA is built on oh my God, the Celtics and the Lakers and Michael Jordan and the Spurs and the Lakers again and the Warriors are so good and all this stuff. That's what the NBA is built on. Whereas this the Raptors are the champs and then the Lakers are the champs and then the Bucks and then the Warriors and then the Nuggets and the Celtics and now the Thunder and then it's going to be, maybe the Spurs will be the new champ. No! We need dynasties. So some of this is me hoping parity goes away and we have the Thunder become villains.
Okay.
And then someone tears them down, Wemby. And then he becomes a villain and then someone tears him down. And, and then it just keeps going like that. That's when the NBA is at its best. So I'll say the Thunder win it. They're also, by the way, the best team.
They're very good.
So that kind of helps it too. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, you've said it since you entered the league, right? OKC, they win, and then Wemby comes in, and then he becomes this villain. But you have said he is the GOAT. You've said it since the beginning.
He's so good.
He's so good. Victor Wembanyama is, you literally, I remember we were looking at each other, you were like, Serena, he's the best player that will ever play.
He's 1,000
He's growing.
feet tall. He's still growing. People who are 7'4", Boban Marjanovic is that guy's taller than me. He's not 7'4". That's crazy. He's so tall and he's so good and he's so skilled and it's he's this good already.
Young.
He's young. He's 21, 22. He has no idea what he's doing.
Nothing.
No idea compared to what he's going to be 5 years from now when he's entering his prime. It's absurd. I keep trying to keep myself in check with him, but there's a real chance he could be the best ever. Now, it's going to take a lot. You have to get the resume to match. You have to become the best player. A lot has to happen, but it's we get these players coming into the league and it's Zion Williamson's a super prospect, or Cooper Flagg's a super prospect, or even LeBron James. It's it's so rare a guy comes into the NBA and we're that guy could be the best player ever, right? It's usually a surprise. If on draft night in 1998, you looked at Dirk Nowitzki with his frosted tips and being very German and being very much not naturalized into the basketball NBA world. And if I told you, hey, that guy's going to score more points than Wilt Chamberlain someday, you would have thought that's insane. And yet, Dirk ends up with more career points than Wilt Chamberlain. These things happen where there's surprises. It's rare that we can see a guy from the beginning and be yeah, that guy might be one of the best ever or might be the best ever. But with Wemby, it's legitimately on the table, even though that's going to take a decade and a half to resolve.
Last year, the Spurs did not make it into the playoffs. We are expecting them, or they were so surprised, they're the second seed in the West. What do they need to do to basically keep Wemby's GOAT status on schedule?
They have to win the first round, but they're going to face either Portland or Phoenix, and that's not a problem.
We're okay. We're okay with that.
Both those teams in a maximum of 5 games. Second round, they might face Jokic and Denver, and I think a loss would be fine. If they lose because it's Jokic, and he's still the best player in the world currently, and you have Wemby. These steps need to happen, right? Like you can't just go from no playoffs to, oh, we won a title. Like that's not really how that works in the NBA. And so you need those things. Like I rewatched the last 2 episodes of The Court of Gold, that Netflix Olympic series. I rewatched the last 2 episodes like every couple of months because they're so good. But there's a point, and they choose to end the series this way with Steph Curry goes nuts in the gold medal game. And the last shot is like Wemby talking to reporters. He's upset that they lost. He's upset they got the silver medal. And he's like, I just, I feel bad for my opponents in a couple of years. And the reporter says like here or the NBA? And he's like, everywhere. And then boom, cut to credits. And like, that's what you need. You need losses. You need disappointment to fuel it. Like Michael Jordan couldn't beat the Pistons until he could beat the Pistons. Like that stuff has to happen. LeBron, took a while to win a title. Like to be in that conversation, you have to go through those steps. And so I think Wemby losing the second round to Jokic would be a good step of failure to get to what will fuel him to become even better.
That tracks because, look, if we are forecasting the future and he does eventually end up being the best player that's ever played the game, what that looks like from a storyline perspective. How many, LeBron has 4 rings, Kobe has
4
5,
rings, yeah.
Jordan
Kobe
has 6.
5. Yeah.
How many rings does the alien need?
I don't know, probably 5.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't think he needs to surpass Jordan or tie Jordan, but it's going to be like how they win them, right? Like Jordan went 6-0 in the finals, and that plus like everything else in regards to him, that's why people regard him as the greatest player ever.
Right.
LeBron, some people look at his resume and they're just like, how could it not be LeBron? He's got the most points and the most games and the most this and the most that, right? And so when you start stacking resumes with the fact that he did win 4 titles, 4 MVPs, all this stuff, then like you're like, okay, I could see the argument. Kareem basically dominated every level of basketball from high school to college to pros, won the most MVPs, won a bunch of rings. They changed. They outlawed dunking in high school and college because they're like, that guy's too good. That kid is too good. So like that's an argument in his favor, right? Like it will be how you do it with Wemby, not just if he wins or how many he wins. So like if there's a dominance level to it where it's like there's no doubt about it, that will then add to like all of that movement towards trying to become the greatest ever.
Because when you watch Wemby, it's sometimes I'm like, Can somebody track, like, this guy just put the ball in between his legs? Like, I don't know. Yeah. That's not a stat that, like, needs to give credit, but holy cow, no one should have the finesse that tall and that lanky.
It's nuts. And, like, his, like, instinct of, like it looks like a giraffe learning how to walk. Yes. Like, it's like, I can actually do this. Oh, I can reach that tree over there. Like, sometimes he'll be, like, stuck, and he's like, I can just throw it off the backboard of myself right now and just dunk it in. Like, that's no problem at all. And the thing I wish we could track, which we can't really, and I don't know how you would even track this across the league, is like how many times players have the ball against him and they're like, nah, man, like, I'm just like, someone else, you take it. Like, I'm not getting my shot blocked here. Like, he scares
like the give up
NBA
stat.
Players.
I'm not gonna, I give up.
Like the hot potato stat or something like that. Like, no, I don't want this anymore. And they'll be like a 3-on-1 fast break, and Wemby's the only one back, and they're like, no, I'm gonna give it to my teammate here. You try to shoot over that redwood tree. You
go. That would be actually an interesting stat. We could talk. You want to call Adam Silver?
Yeah, I've got a lot of things to talk to him about, so that would be great.
Yeah, I'm aware of the things that you want to talk to him about, including just look in the hobby. Cards gain value whether you win a certain amount of awards, MVPs, right? Certain shooting titles, in addition to rings. You've spoken at length about this stinking rule.
It's stupid. The 65-game rule is stupid. It's dumb.
What do we do with Jokic in the hobby? I say this with a little bit of context because in the basketball space, he's right there in conversations with solidified GOATs, LeBron, Kobe, I think he gets a ton of respect in the game. Deservedly so. The card world does not reflect this. His card value does not reflect this. He's arguably one of the greatest basketball players we've seen. But help me understand, help the hobby understand, like, is it like a Tim Duncan where the big guys were not cool? Is it he doesn't have any, like, you know, there's nothing happening outside of work. He's boring. He dresses casual.
Do you guys do any like horse racing cards? Because he's big in the horse racing world. So maybe like that's where the cards are valuable. I don't know. It's weird because like he might already be a top 10 player of all time, but he's like in the conversation. Like it's not crazy to think that he's like he could be one of the top 10 players of all time already. Like his stats are absurd or historic. He's already won 3 MVPs. He won a title. He won a Finals MVP. He's probably going to win more championships. But yeah, like there doesn't seem to be this boost, and it is like Tim Duncan's a great example. Where like Tim Duncan's like one of the 10 greatest players we've ever seen, and I don't know that I've ever seen someone be like, I got a Tim Duncan card. This is dope. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it because maybe it's like a reluctance to be a star. Like it's funny. Like people have had this like idea about him of, oh, I don't think he really likes basketball. You can't be as good as he is at basketball and not like it. I think he loves basketball. I don't think he's crazy about the NBA. I think he's like, this is kind of a stupid thing. Like he appreciates the pluses from it, like the money and all that stuff. But like you saw when he won the title, it was like on a Monday or a Tuesday. They're like, he's like, when's the parade? They're like, Thursday. He goes, no, I gotta go home. Like I want to go to Serbia. Like this sucks. Like I don't want to do this. Like
tired.
I think maybe a reluctance to like embrace the NBA.
Yeah.
Is part of it. I don't know. Maybe it's because his arms are always bleeding. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but yeah, there is something where like he doesn't hold that, you know, that kind of
fans like, also feel this way unless you're like unless you're with the Denver Nuggets or you cheer for them and you're like, oh my gosh, he's the greatest and we're so thankful for him. But like, I think this might actually be the greatest player of all time that no one cares about.
Yeah, no one cares, right? Yeah.
Oh my God. Like even Wemby cares about him. But and he's like, why?
Wemby's like, I gotta fight this guy. Like I gotta do something. And Jokic's like, he's a good player. Like I'm really honored to play against him. It's cool. That's it.
It's wild. But right now, cards are at their peak. And there is a desire and want for cards and rare cards. And you can get Jokic cards for decent for the market, like in the market value in comparison to another card that is a player that's way more talked about. But it's in 10, 20 years when he's retired, right? We'll forget about him. And then there'll be that Hall of Fame conversation, and he will obviously be a Hall of Famer.
He'll get in right away,
then what will happen, his card market, it'll go up again. So it's like short-term and long-term value or short-term and long-term investments that are playing here. So maybe giving a little bit of context of what he will end up being, I think would be helpful for someone who's like, I could probably get some good bang for my buck right now for a Jokic card.
Oh, I mean, he's absolutely going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, there's no question about that. He'll probably win another MVP, which would put him with LeBron in terms of all-time MVPs. Like, it's not crazy. It's kind of funny. He's not. I don't think he's going to win it this year. I think SGA will probably win it this year. But he kind of got passed over by Wemby and even Luka to a certain extent, at least in terms of like betting odds, which is ridiculous because he's the first player ever to lead the league in rebounding and assists per game. He's also scoring 27 points a game. He's also like through his assists, he's creating 28 other points a game. Like his assists have actually outpaced his scoring. His scoring's incredible. Like he is a one of one. Like we've never seen a player like this. He's going to end up in all these record books in terms of stats. It will be like he's the player to have this many points, this many rebounds, this many assists, and no one else will have done those accomplishments. And then like whether he retires in 5 years or 10 years or whatever it is, 5 years after that moment, he will be first ballot Hall of Fame, no doubt. Like he could retire today. He will be first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah. It's so, but buy Jokic cards.
I know like they do like the jersey patches and the jersey.
Yes.
What if they did like the horse reins, like a piece of leather in the card instead? Maybe that would do it. I don't know.
Actually, we'll get into this a little bit. Not horse reins, but we'll get into some of these patch conversations because that's like some of these are really valuable in the space. So I'm going to share some numbers with you, and yes, hoping you can make some sense of this. So De'Aaron Fox has a 1-of-1 rookie logo man auto. A rookie logo man, 1-of-1, so there's only one in existence. Those are some of the most desirable cards you would want as a collector of any player. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what name is associated with, but I'm going to give you a De'Aaron Fox. And his sold for around $30,000. To give you an idea. Yeah. Now, that again.
$30,000.
Would you rather have the card or would you rather?
Is that what's happening? Am I getting $30,000?
Surprise! That's what's in the Open the box. So his 1-of-1 rookie logo man, $30,000. Meanwhile, and you're gonna start to chuckle at this, a LaMelo Ball rookie patch auto, number to 10, so not of 1-of-1, of 10.
Yeah. Also
sold for around $30,000.
Okay.
So if we look at these cards, we've removed the players from the picture. The 1-of-1 logo man, way more valuable, always. It's only when we add the players to this context, the prices level out, and it really shows that LaMelo is far more desirable to collect. Now, a couple questions. I'll start with, does De'Aaron have this Jokic factor that we just talked about?
Yeah.
And is LaMelo, is it because we talk about these guys more that they are, it must be a value with them? Or is it a story? Because LaMelo is a story in the NBA.
Yeah, like he's got I don't know how many, and part of this might have been De'Aaron was in Sacramento for the first part of his career.
It was a team. It was a team
and
thing.
It's just like a team that was garbage. And then he finally got them to the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. But then once he got traded, I would assume his value goes up now because he's with Wemby and he's more of a star now because of the Wemby factor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But LaMelo has been a celebrity, at least on social media, since he was 14. So that's the thing. Like LaMelo, the NBA will send out these releases of the top jersey sales this year. LaMelo's in the top 15 of jersey sales this year. And it's not just because the Hornets have cool jerseys. Like, he is legitimately popular. He's always one of the 10 most viewed players in terms of social media clips, in the NBA year after year after year. And these are like seasons where he'll play like 30, maybe 40 games. But kids love LaMelo Ball. He has been a staple on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, on all this stuff for, probably a decade now at this point, even though he's only been in the league 7 years, no, not 5 years, 6 years, something like that. So yeah, I think that is the impact of someone who is crazy active on social media. His family is obviously social media royalty because of Big Baller Brand and LeVar Ball, and Lonzo was a super high prospect and everything. So that all, I'm sure, factors into it. Whereas De'Aaron Fox has just been it's not like he's been nothing. He went to Kentucky. He played on major, he's been a major prospect. It's just he doesn't have the social media following. So, and I think that makes it seem like, we need this LaMelo card or this LaMelo anything, because there's like a Q rating to it that De'Aaron Fox just can't touch.
Yeah, I mean, when you go back to the parity or these storylines, right? Like, if you're holding, it's the reason Johnny Manziel cards still have value.
Right.
The dude didn't play long, but my God, you want to hold on to this story, this moment in sports.
I sat next to Johnny Manziel at a wrestling event in Cleveland in 2015. I'm not even a wrestling guy anymore. That's not since I was a kid, but I got a free ticket. It was front row. He was next to us.
What?
It's kind of weird.
Did you save the ticket? Because you could probably sell it on eBay at this point.
Nah, Lang Whitaker has the ticket. He's the one that got it for me. It was supposed to be Rick Fox's ticket that night, but Rick couldn't go, so then I got to go.
How do you become
That's
backup
the end of that story. There's really nothing cool that happened, but that was just it.
These are two cards that I wouldn't put compared to
Yeah.
Zack
Wouldn't
Harper,
either.
Rick
Yeah,
Fox.
Rick Fox. Yeah, tough one for me there.
I mean, God, yeah. We'll get back. We'll circle back to that story.
Sure.
Another
Yeah.
time.
I mean, who knows? Yeah.
What? But yeah, I mean, that's kind of, maybe it is when you think about, because even for me, like coming from sports and then getting into this space, I am confused by it. But people collect. You're thinking about not just the collector that is like, my God, we have to get all these Jokic cards because they're at value right now, but also people who are just the casual fan who's like, oh, he's being talked about. I see him. I should collect his card. It's probably what's happening, which is like the stock market. If you think about it.
Yeah.
People want to buy popular stocks.
Yeah, and on top of that, like, the Hornets finally got their stuff together this year. They're good now. They've been good for most of the season. If this continues and LaMelo stays healthy and he starts making all-star games and all NBA teams and starts building this for the next 10 years, there's a decent chance he would then end up in the Hall of Fame. And then imagine what those cards look like, right?
Yeah.
And the values of those cards. Like, I'm not saying, like, I don't know how likely it is because he's had kind of a mercurial career so far, but it's like, it's on the table. Like, it's legitimately on the table now that they've turned it around. So I don't, like, those values might even get crazier over the next few years.
Well, yeah, and if you look at LaMelo's one-of-one logo, man, so the card that we looked at with De'Aaron, the asking price for that card right now is $700,000. Now, it's
I wouldn't pay over $650. I wouldn't pay over $650. That's just me, though. I'm a little more conservative.
That's his asking price, whatever someone pays. But, like, that's where his market is right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it's helpful to think, like, long-term, and especially if you have, like, a teammate like Knueppel.
Yeah.
These two can kind of go far.
Yeah, they can kind of grow together, right? And like, I know Khan's like a big card guy. Like and I think a lot of players are kind of getting into it now, seeing like a cool aspect of it and like a investment aspect to it. Like you said, it's like the stock. Like, I think this is becoming like a lot of players' stock market, where it's like, oh, cool. Like, hey, my friends are on these cards. Like, I'm on these cards. Like, I'll collect, but also like there is that real value where it does seem. I'm sure there are plenty of cards that will decrease over time, but for the most part, it seems to be, like you said, it's like an all-time high, right? Like, everything seems to be building, and if you told me a year ago, like, hey, LaMelo's going to turn things around, I wouldn't have believed it. But seeing it happen this year,
you think he could get a ring?
Like that building. Well, I don't know if he could get a ring. That's gonna be tough. But if he did, but let's say he did. Let's say they just keep building. 5 years from now, that team is really good because they're still young, and they end up winning a championship.
Which would be crazy.
I mean, that would be nuts. Like, that would be that. And
I was like, I don't even know.
All of that social media stuff, all of the memorabilia, like all the cards, like then it skyrockets, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read to you your words in your athletic newsletter where you selected this year's Bouncy Awards, the world famous Bouncy Awards.
I think I agree with what I said.
And in the first award you mentioned, you wrote Rookie of the Year was Cooper Flagg. And you wrote, over 5,000 of you voted. Flagg received 57% of the vote. I agree that Flagg is the best rookie I've seen this season. I'm not sure that that means he had the best rookie season, though. Yeah,
I agree. I agree with what I said.
What are you trying to tell us?
He's clearly the best.
What are you trying to tell us, Zach?
Well, he's clearly the best player. But that's not what the award. Well, that's not what the award is for a lot of voters. It's open to interpretation, but to me, it's who had the best rookie season.
Okay.
And so I think you can make a real argument that Khan had the best rookie season. Part of that is Cooper took a little bit to get going. Part of that is Cooper missed a bunch of games with a foot sprain. Then for a couple of weeks after he came back, he wasn't very efficient. Like, he wasn't hitting shots. He was still playing well, but he wasn't hitting shots. And then all this like momentum went towards people saying, hey, Khan's going to be the rookie of the year. He should be rookie of the year. And then for the next 2 games, Cooper Flagg scored 96 points, which is something that only Wilt Chamberlain has done as a rookie. And by the way, Wilt did it 5 times because of course he did. But like, that, like, all of a sudden Cooper Flagg was back in this conversation. And so if you want to go like the consistency of the season, then Khan has had a more consistent high level season. He's done something no other rookie has ever done, which is score at least 18 points per game while having a true shooting percentage above 61%, which is that's Steph Curry levels of efficient, and he did it as a rookie with the volume of scoring. Cooper's one of I think it's just him and Michael Jordan for rookies who have led their team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals in a season, right? Like you can take history from Cooper, you can take history from Khan, and then on top of that, decide, all right, am I saying the best rookie? Am I saying the best rookie season? And then from there, if it's still so close, I only do this if it's a close race. I try to never bring team success into it.
Okay.
Because it's rookies and they're usually on bad teams and everything. But this one's close enough. Khan's doing it on a good team. Cooper's team, for very good reasons that are not his fault, is not good.
Yeah. And
so does Cooper doing things and Cooper's one of the best clutch scorers in the league. He was top 20 in clutch scoring this year. He in the games that were close, he brought it, but Cooper helped a team win, or Khan helped a team win. Is that the edge that Khan needs? So we still haven't received our ballots. I'm still undecided.
Wow.
I am leaning towards Khan, but I change my mind twice a day.
So if I ask you later, you might flip it back.
I might say VJ Edgecombe with that. No, I'll say either Cooper or Khan. Yeah.
LeBron James, we'll talk about him. He's also pretty popular in the hobby.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He said he's going to hang up his kicks before he falls apart, physically. But does he pull a Tom Brady on us? Because I feel as collectors, we like to experience his last year. I was there for his last game.
Right.
Wait, how do people now? LeBron, are we all gonna? Is this the farewell?
Everyone assumes that he's going to have this farewell tour that Kobe had, right, in 2016, where it was very much, you knew, this is Kobe's last game in this arena, and teams celebrated that when he came into the arena, and they had big presentations, and it was every press conference was an event and everything, and people just assume that LeBron's going to do that. I assume LeBron's going to do that. Also, before the last regular season game, LeBron had this legacy patch that was on his jersey that had not been there before. It's number 23, and I think it said legacy on it or something. And people are yo, what does that mean? What? And I could see a scenario where he's just oh yeah, by the way, I'm done. And doesn't give everyone that because he has accomplished everything. I mean, he had we always talk about the GOAT. I call him the GROAT because he has the greatest resume of all time. He just greatest NBA resume of all time, right? And he doesn't have to prove anything else. He doesn't have to say goodbye, but also he's still so good at this age, even though he's playing fewer and fewer games. It's he doesn't have to hang this up. He can see where the Lakers are and if he wants to stick around or if they want him to stick around, or maybe he wants to play that last season with another return to Cleveland, or maybe he does want to go play with Steph Curry for a year in Golden State. All these options are on the table, and so I think he's going to play again. I have no idea.
Will you please open up that package that I sent you now that you're allowed to?
Okay. Will you want me to?
Yeah. Slide. Yeah, you can slide it. Yeah, but you look at it. You can look at it. Hey, now.
Oh! Whoa!
Your favorite player. I mean, I know that you believe that he is going to be. That's a 2023 select Victor Wembanyama. 2023.
Can I take this out of the... I don't want to take this out of the thing.
Yeah, you could take it out of the plastic. You could take it out. And it's a gem intense, so it's perfect grade for a card. And we from WeTheHobby want to welcome you into the family.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the cool... This is... in the Topps cards, I got a Nolan Traore jersey patch card. He's one of the bad Nets rookies. He's also French. This is way cooler than when I opened that.
Way cooler. Yeah.
This is way cooler.
Do you have any Wemby stories that we've talked about him so much as friends, but a story that stands out to you? You're like, my God.
Yeah, it was actually I was in Vegas for the NBA Cup this year.
Oh, NBA Cup.
The NBA Cup this year. And Wemby had been out for a bunch of games with the the hyperextended knee, and they were going to face the Thunder in the semifinals for the NBA Cup. And there was this big buildup of like, hey, we think Wemby's going to play in this game. We think this is going to be his first game back. And the whole first quarter, like he's in his warm-up stuff, but he doesn't start the game, and he sits out the entire first quarter, which is rare. Like if a guy's coming back, even if you bring him off the bench 6 minutes into the game, something you're going to bring him in. He sits out the entire first quarter, and we're all like sitting up, like in our media seats and everything, and we're like, we got duped. Like Mitch Johnson lied to us. Like we thought Wemby was playing. This is BS. Like I can't believe. Like we're actually like starting to get mad, and it's it's between the quarter timeouts, and they're all huddled up on the sidelines and everything, and then we're looking down and we're complaining, and then Wemby takes off the warm-up jersey. And I don't know if they caught this on TV. The place went nuts. The place went nuts. It was like, it was an environment I've rarely seen, and I've seen some pretty cool NBA championships and like moments and stuff. And this is a neutral court in Vegas. They did have a bunch of Spurs fans fly in, but this is a neutral, and the arena lost it just from him taking off his warm-up shirt. He comes in the game, plays great, has a massive impact right away, has a massive impact in the second half. They end up beating the Thunder. Remember, the Thunder were 24-1 at the time, and we're going like, are they going to win 74 games and set the record? And it kind of burst the Thunder's bubble in that moment. Now the Thunder are still great, but I'll always remember that moment of like us feeling like we got duped by Mitch Johnson and the Spurs, and then when he took off the warm-ups, like that place was so loud.
Do you think it's fair to compare Wemby and Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, I think so. Like they're both
the
just
way
like,
that I covered Shohei during the World Baseball Classic, and it was the same. Like he's swinging a baseball bat. Like it's that.
Yeah,
we're in that era.
Wemby does ridiculous stuff in like pre-games with like dunks and stuff, and I'm anti big man being in the dunk contest. It looks weird. It rarely is good. Like we've had a few good ones, but like it's rarely good. And then he was like, maybe I'll do the dunk contest. I'm like, you know what? I could maybe see it. Like you could talk me into it. He's like, I don't know, could he dunk from half court? Probably. Like he's like Space Jam character. Like I don't know what he can do, but he is someone where like in that Ohtani range. And it's funny, like I remember doing this with Steph back in like 2012, 2013, and I wasn't the only one doing this, but like having conversations, and we're kind of like, oh, by the way, this is the greatest shooter we've ever seen. And people are like, no, he hasn't done enough. He hasn't done this. He hasn't done that. It's too early in his career. And it's like, yeah, but we can see where this is going. Like he's taking shots that have never, like no one is allowed to take. He's hitting them at a rate no one hits them at. You can see where this is going with Steph, right? With Shohei, like pretty early on, I was like, oh, this is the greatest baseball player I've ever seen. And be like, well, Babe Ruth did it. I was like, no, he's doing it now against, players of all backgrounds. Like there's a difference here, right?
Yeah.
Like you can see it with Shohei, and it's like, and then, with Wemby, like, no, he's not the greatest maybe yet, but he's doing stuff where I'm like, okay, yeah, like you technically have to wait for him to win an MVP and win a championship and all this stuff, but look at it. Like he does anything, it's news. Shohei does anything, it's news. And yeah, like it's okay to embrace that stuff. I don't think we're going to be let down.
Thank you, Zach. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
The hobby is for everyone, and we're excited that you're a part of it now.
One day we're going to get a card of us measuring Wemby's height.
That'll one of one every year.
One of one. Yeah, that's going to be a 10 grand for sure.